Hey guys, Cainebourne back with Conan Exiles. As promised, now that the Trebuchet has been released, I'm going to do a full rundown as far as how to put it together, how to make the ammunition, what levels and skills are needed, and finally show it in action and tell you how much damage we're getting from the different types of projectiles that we have available. Before I do that, I want to mention quickly that a Funcom community manager had originally commented on my first Trebuchet video and said that they were not meant to throw players on live servers. He later on my second video rescinded that comment and said he was wrong, that definitely it is intended for the catapults or the trebuchets to go ahead and throw the players and do all kinds of fun hijinks with that. So I'm very excited about that. There is going to be some mixed opinions, but that is the way it goes. So to jump right in here then, the very first thing we're going to do is take a look at the actual recipes needed, and we're going to need the engineer recipe, which is going to allow us to make siege foundations, trebuchet bases, trebuchet frames, the arms, as well as the boulders. Now, when we make some of these things, they're going to be at the carpenter's bench, which is the foundation and the base. The rest are going to be out in the field and created at the actual trebuchet as it's built, and you'll see what I mean by that in a moment. It is worth noting there is another ammunition type, which is under the explosive jar here, which is the demon fire barrage, which does a lot more damage and also does damage over time, which is really cool. So it is a much more effective tool, but you're going to need to be a much higher level. You're going to need to be 38 for that. Just to make the trebuchet with the boulders, you're only going to need to be level 15. So you hop up on your carpenter's bench, and in order to make the foundation, you need 30 shaped wood and 25 brick. So let's go ahead and craft one of those. And then to make the base, you're going to need 200 wood and 13 iron reinforcements. So let's go ahead and craft that as well. So we will grab those items and we will take them with us, and I will meet you at a good spot for us to place the trebuchet. Alright, so now that you have those two pieces, the first thing you're going to do is go ahead and pull out your siege foundation. And go ahead and place that down like any other foundation. Next, you're going to grab your trebuchet base and then place that, which seems to be a little bit finicky sometimes. Then you're going to actually click on the base itself, and you're going to see the recipe for the frame, which is 200 wood and 13 iron reinforcements. And you're going to construct the trebuchet frame. And then you're going to construct the trebuchet arm, which takes 100 wood, 13 iron reinforcements, and 25 twine. Now you're going to go ahead and craft that trebuchet arm, and those two pieces just pop right into place. You don't actually have to pick them up. So now we actually have a completed trebuchet. At this point, you're going to want to go ahead and put your counterweights in. Placing counterweights is going to determine how far this thing will shoot, and so obviously you can readjust by putting more or less counterweight in, and you see the load ratio there. And as I covered in the last video, of course, you can adjust your aim. Once the trebuchet is completed this way, you're going to be able to create your boulders, which cost 100 stone and 10 twine. So we'll go ahead and craft up some of that. And then your demon fire barrages are going to take 2 explosive jars each and 10 twine. Alright, so we'll go ahead and load a couple of explosive jars in. And with a little bit of twine, we're going to go ahead and craft some demon fire barrages. So there you have it. You've got a completed trebuchet ready to go. And you have your different types of ammunition. So that's how the ammunition is crafted. That's how the trebuchet is put together. And as a reminder, right now it is in a ready firing position, but if you are to load this up and then pull the switch to fire it, Remember, again, that you have to go ahead and wind it back up. And then normally you'd have to reload it, but if you have more of the same ammunition type already in there, it is going to be ready to fire. So next we're going to move on to showing the damage. All right, so for the damage portion, I want to take this opportunity to let you know right away that these trebuchets, while they're pretty cheap to make, break very quickly. And in the heat of battle, that's going to be a problem. So make sure you have a repair hammer, some wood, and some iron reinforcements handy so that you can keep this thing running, because it is going to break very, very quickly, and you want to go ahead and repair it in between shots. So hopefully, I believe this one is already calibrated properly in order to hit this building. We'll find out shortly. Alright, so that was a full HP wall. We'll go and take a look and see what kind of damage that did. So that took about 340 damage off of that wall. So not too shabby, considering that that is a reinforced stone wall, one of the strongest in the game. So you're getting about 340 damage out of a rock. Or boulder, I should say. So now we'll go back and we'll test the fire barrage. Alright, so now that that wall's been repaired, we'll test out the damage from the fire barrage. But note also that the Trebuchet has lost about 100 of its 1,000 hit points, so apparently you get about 9 shots out of this before it breaks. So now we will crank it back up. We will switch the ammunition to the fire barrage. And wall. Now we'll notice a couple things about this. You're actually getting splash damage. So you're damaging many parts at the same time. You're also melting yourself, apparently. Don't go close to it until it's done melting. All right, so before being burnt to death, we were going to check out the damage. So it took half of the health off of the door, 1,250 hit points. And at the point of impact, 1,375 damage. And then lots of splash damage, close to that same amount, all the way around. So literally 6 different tiles were affected by that one piece, quite a bit. So getting massive damage out of those fire barrage bombs. So those are going to be definitely the way to go if you can do it. But on a budget or in a pinch when you're on a lower level, you could definitely wear down your opponent, and it doesn't seem to be that expensive. So thank you guys so much for checking all of this out. We've covered the damage. We've covered how to build it. We've covered how to make everything. I believe that's everything that was promised. If I left anything out and you guys want to see anything else, please be sure to let me know, because as you saw for the other gentleman who commented, I'm always happy to make a video and always looking for ideas anyway. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. Almost, I was going to be ecstatic if we hit 500 subs by the end of the month, and we're practically at 600. So this is just crazy. I appreciate it. I try to work really hard, and I try to balance work, college, as I'm going back to school for computer programming, and my family life, as you heard my son laughing in the last video. So I appreciate it. This means so much to me, guys, because it's a great hobby. It's something I love to do. I'm not making any money at it yet, but I'm having a great time. So thank you guys so much for watching the videos. If you like it, like it. If you hate it, dislike it. Please let me know in the comments any other videos that you guys would like to see, or any other information you'd like to know about this. Thank you so much.